No.
Yeah. I've been recording yet.
Oh,
For real?
We're 4 minutes in.
Oh, okay, bet.
Damn.
This is another episode. I'm the man behind the camera. I keep saying behind the camera.
Man, I always say
like, why do I be saying that?
You just
you know how long it takes you to get an intro right, so you're going to have to do it quite a few times.
Absolutely right. This is another episode. I am the man in front of the camera, Darren Lee Jr. Person behind the camera is Bryce.
Hey.
Person that's normally behind the camera but in front of the camera today, Bryson.
Well, welcome back, nigga, from
you've
vacation.
been gone for a few months.
Yeah, I've been gone
nigga
for a
ain't
while.
been behind, in front of
been
nothing.
working hard.
But the desk.
I've been having a lot of patience.
Right.
Have a lot of patience dealing with this job, family, work, all that. You know?
And that's what we gonna talk about, bro. Like, how your patient been at work though, dog? Because you do a lot now.
We're talking about patience, by the way, if y'all didn't notice.
You're doing a lot now.
That's a lot, bro. It's just taking a step as a manager / BC they call it at FedEx, but just taking that step and actually trying to figure out what to do and what the right thing to do, and having so many people to talk to and monetize is very, very difficult if you don't have the mindset to actually, get your thoughts together to deal with so many different people.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And you know how that is at work. It's like dealing with a whole bunch of people. You got so many different attitudes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And it's just so much stuff be going on, and you know how it could get.
Yeah, because we look at it like, man, this is simple. Why are you thinking like this?
It's not that hard, bro. And that's what a lot of people fall victim to. They think everything is like complicated. Not complicated, but there's a lot of fear with people why they don't want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be like that. It's just like Nike. Like, just do it. If you just do it, you gotta do it because you're not gonna find out nothing if you don't do it.
Yeah,
you have to. You can't listen to nobody else's story. Basically, what I'm saying.
A part of your job, like just do what you're
supposed
to do.
What you're supposed to do, bro. But patience it's been me. I'm the type of person I am already. I'm good with patience, but it's been helping me as far as of just showing me better and actually showing me otherwise than not blowing up on the scene, just saying forget it, F it, or fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's been helping me a lot as far as of just really just learning how the prospects of life, just having stuff in order and managing stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because you also manage stuff in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
So, it just helped me with that.
Because I know
just prioritizing.
Because I know like it also helps with just you not being quick to pop off just because people don't really understand.
That's a fact.
Quick, like you already know what you're saying and you're trying to work to get them to understand it as well.
That's a fact.
And that takes a lot of patience. And that's one thing I'm short patient with for sure.
Yeah,
because it's like, I'll be like, I'm telling you something. To me, it's obvious, but to you, I may not be relaying it right for you to be able to get it.
Correct.
So I can't be quick to get mad at you because you don't understand.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I had to learn that a lot too, because certain things I used to say, and I used to tell myself, like, man, I should have never said that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know how we could talk and you don't want to sound like you coming off a certain way?
Yeah.
And when I say some stuff and like, I'd be like, man, maybe that wasn't right. Or maybe I should just be myself. I kind of like, not battle with that, but just trying to figure out what's the right thing to say and what's the right thing to do at that given moment. And that big of a position. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to always just think before I say stuff.
Right.
Because I know I can get ignorant for sure, but I'll try. At work, I don't try to do all that. But we dealing with a lot of
idiots.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's cool though. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it really just showed me a different outcome of just, like I said, just managing with your job, but outcome of life, period.
Yeah.
And just seeing how it plays a part in your life, even when you're not at work.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
but that's like, things you learn with like your family too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I know a lot of people, they be so sharp patient with their family because they feel like, okay, I'm telling you this, but you should already know.
Mm-hmm.
And since you're acting like you don't know, I'm aggravated now because why you don't understand what I'm saying, or
that's
why
don't
you feel that way?
That's why people distance themselves from their family, because certain things that you think about or certain things that you say might trigger, but you can see like they just stuck in the same concept, and you like, bro, I'm off that. Like, y'all call me when y'all doing something different, like, and your patience really get thin with that.
Yeah,
you know, so you just try to gravitate away from it because you just don't want to be in that type of environment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Cause like when when you level up,
mm-hmm.
a lot of people just start trickling down,
and
a lot of things start aggravating you.
Nah, that's a fact. Your patience get real thin. With certain stuff, like it could be one thing that I could be around my family, and I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I'm about to go.
As soon as I check out, like,
I check out.
Y'all later. I'll see y'all next week.
I check out. But yeah, it's. I know a lot of people go through it, and a lot of people don't talk about it because they don't want like hurt, whoever feelings or whatever the case may be. But I feel like if you just really state how you feel, I mean, what can somebody tell you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Everybody's different. You don't have to have the same answer as everybody else.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always talk about that.
And it don't be the fact of you be feeling like you better than everybody else. It's just the fact you just not on that same path no more.
I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like.
Yeah.
Just that simple. I mean, you shouldn't have to feel no type of way because I don't want to do this at this certain time.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. And we gotta be able to, like I said, the hardest thing to me with people, patience, is just talking, like just communicating. Because we get aggravated so quick.
All the time.
It'd
be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be hot. That's why people be aggravated. That just add on to what's really be going on down here. I'm speaking for New Orleans, period.
But that'd be happening when it's not hot. Just when it's hot, you just be like, oh, Lord, I'm in the heat. And you tripping. Like, bruh, I'm saying this so I could get inside. I'm trying to get in the AC. It's hot out here.
But it's a certain thing that trigger you, though. Like, and, I don't know what really caused me to have thin patience with certain things, because certain things I went through personally that I know I don't have a tolerance for.
Yeah.
I just don't try to actually try to go back into that mind state when I feel it's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to really avoid it. But some people might say, why you try to avoid things? But I just know the outcome if I do go forward with it. So I try to avoid as much as possible with certain things, because I just know, if you know yourself, you know you're not going to actually try to put yourself in that situation when you know the outcome.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that, that I know I can just name offhand. Like, dog, my patience is like this.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
But bro, the crazy thing is you say that, and my mama asked me earlier this week, she was like, you need to figure out why your patience is so low with certain things. And that, because I don't know why. I don't know if it's because that's how my dad is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because I don't know. I didn't never put my finger on what happened yet for me to have short patience.
But you feel like it's a good or a bad thing, even if you figure that out. Even if you try to avoid it happening again, you feel like that's good or bad.
But at the same time, we could try to avoid things, but things always happen just to see where you at. See if you got better, if you still in that same.
That's a fact.
In that same spot to where you ready to go off or not.
Nah, that's a fact, because I know certain things that I went through that I tried to avoid. I still went through it. And I'm like, I knew it was gonna happen, but of course I played my cards different.
Yeah.
It's just that in that certain moment, I knew what not to do. I'm gonna do this before it goes to that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I was in that situation a couple times, for sure.
But since I'm saying this and thinking about it right now, do you think it's like some ego? Why are you short patient when you talk to people, or it's like a power thing, or
For me, it's not. I'm nonchalant.
I don't know if it's like an ego thing, a pride thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm saying this, you need to understand what I'm saying so we can keep moving.
For me, I think it's based in ego.
Is ego?
Yeah.
It could be ego, but if I know for me, it's my nonchalant. Like, because I could be nonchalant with a lot of stuff. And I know my answer, however I answered, that's just what it's good. That's just what it is. Right. I ain't gonna cut no corners.
Especially like nothing. After I explain why I'm saying this.
That's what it is. Like, I mean, it could be an ego though, because a lot of people try to play victim to that too.
Yeah.
They always say, oh, well, I don't like this, I don't like that. And that's their way of avoiding themselves around other people.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they just don't want to do it with that circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People like to pick and choose what they want to do certain things with
it Exactly.
And that's another thing that be killing my patience.
No, that's a fact.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I hate that. It's like I do one thing, you do the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's okay if you do it, but when I do it, it's
a problem.
A big thing.
It's a problem.
Now I'm about to go off because you want to sit here and treat me this way, and you did the exact same thing.
The exact same thing. And just because I did it, you mad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get that. And I'm a firm believer of, like, you know, just if you do something somebody will do it, you gotta take it L or whatever, however you want to say it. You know, it's just that you can't get mad of somebody doing something and you did it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose in that?
Right.
Why you gonna get mad?
I guess that goes back to them. I don't know if it's like them feeling like in their mind, oh well, I could do this, but you can't, because they got a lot of people like that too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I could do this, but when you do it, nah, they ain't gonna fly. But
why?
It's crazy.
Though? Why?
Because you know better than me. I'm no better than you. So why you taking it as you better than me?
It don't make sense.
And we can still do the same thing because both of us human.
You could just do it together. Like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying for the, you know, just in general, like nothing extra. I'm just like, you know, it could be anything. Going to the store by yourself. Oh, I like going to the store by myself.
Yeah.
So if you go to the store by yourself, it's a problem. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Like, why we just couldn't go together? What's the problem? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know, but that good. That's like that whole what women be saying about consistency thing.
No, true.
But like, why is it that just because things be changed, everything is supposed to be fucking blown up and everything going downhill? All because one thing changes.
Mm-hmm.
Now you think something's wrong.
Yeah, like just I kissed you 5 minutes after the fact. Ain't nothing going on. I just didn't kiss you at the same time I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing different.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the patience that you gotta have in a relationship. Just understanding who you with and what they like, their tendencies.
It's a routine.
Yeah.
And I think most women just used to the routine.
I think that sometimes is a bad thing.
Why you say that?
Because like I said, we're human. So there are going to be moments where we don't do everything exactly how we do each and every day.
Right.
It shouldn't be a problem when something is done differently.
That's a fact.
But a lot of times, that's where a lot of arguments come from.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be an issue. I feel like, you know, everything is not like the Truman Show. Everything's not going to be the same thing, repetitive thing over and over. It's not going to happen like that. But I don't know why it's an issue with most women with that. But, you know, it's just speaking on the men's perspective, that could be a patience thing, you know, that we deal with. And we feel like it's nothing. But, you know, women feel like it's
that's everything. We feel one thing about something they feel completely different.
Yeah,
what we feel is big, they don't. What they feel is big, we don't.
But that's makes the difference between a man and a woman. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where you got to be patient with each other because we are different. We're always going to think different, be different.
Nah, for real. Yeah, and I know that, you know, it's about compromising for me. You know, when you know you could do stuff and you know you have patience to do things with this, hypothetically speaking, with your significant other, you know, just how you compromise, I feel like you should receive the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And it should be like that throughout your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I know certain things, most I'm gonna say relationships, that's what draw people patience thin with most relationships, because it could be a good patience, you know, not a good patience, but it could be good or bad. But the patience of what we talking about is just not, you know, you could not see eye to eye with certain things because they feel like that's weighing your patience down. Well, not really weighing your patience down, but just weighing you down on certain things. That's why your patience get thin.
But that comes with you not voicing things when you're supposed to, too.
True. That's true.
Like when you don't say things when things make you feel away, and you keep letting things add up.
Yeah, man.
The little thing gonna happen.
Yeah.
You gonna snap.
That's a fact, because I had that problem a long time ago, just not saying nothing.
Yeah, I did
just
too.
Holding stuff in,
yeah.
Like, you know. And I think that's really was a part of my patience where it is now. Just not saying nothing and just letting stuff go. Not letting it go, but
because you don't let it go.
Yeah, you just not worrying about it.
You just putting
it back in your head. Yeah, you just not worrying about it. And the crazy thing about it is the stuff you always let go and put it back in your head, it's going to come up again.
Yeah.
And that's what
we say earlier, like things are going to happen to see exactly where you at.
Happened. Right. That is true. Because I was in that situation a couple times, just trying to not go to that situation, and it's still
not take it there. But at the same time, you gotta take it there.
It still happens.
That's why a lot of my situations failed, because I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing and then started doing things because I felt the way, just in the different ways.
And you felt like that made your patience thin at this moment with certain things?
That's a possibility. It's really that could be the reason why.
One of the reasons, I'm saying.
Yeah,
not the reason.
I think the other thing could really be ego. Honestly,
ego.
Yeah. Why my patience so thin?
And why you feel like your ego was making you feel like that?
Because I think it's because I be feeling certain people should have the same common sense level as me.
Yes.
Look at right. I got you on that one, bro. I got you on that.
Go ahead.
So my number one thing in therapy with me and my therapist is my impatience. Like it's number one, it's at the top of the list.
Yeah, he has none. Like Bryce has
zero. But it's like because in my life, I didn't feel like I didn't receive a lot of assistance going through life. I figured things. I pride myself in figuring things out. I'm going to figure something out. I might not have any clue how to do it, but I will at least find the instruction manual and read it.
Yeah, I got you.
Some of you Negroes can't do that.
No.
And that grinds my gears. Boy. I can't do it. I can't stand giving somebody like a simple instruction and then like it just don't end up how it's supposed to end up. And it's just like how you got this out of what I said.
Right.
Like how you didn't pick up what I was putting down.
People
and then if
don't
you didn't pick up what I was putting down, why you in the ass?
Right. But people don't comprehend. And some people really be shy. It could be anything. It could be shyness.
They could be embarrassed.
They don't want to say nothing.
And see, that's another thing with me as well. I've been told plenty of times before, it's the way you say things, the way you look at me when you talk. It's the way you look at me in my eyes as you listening to me talk.
Yeah.
You calling me stupid.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, I am. But I didn't know I was.
I am.
I didn't know I was like visibly showing it like that. Kind of thing. So,
but yeah, I think that right there is, I feel like people have the same common sense level as me. Because and the biggest thing with that is driving. Like,
no,
you know,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't expect nobody to drive. The way I drive, I don't think nobody drives like me.
It ain't about driving though. You know how women like has no sense of drive like direction.
That's what I mean. Like,
like that bothers me. I don't know why it does, because I can't expect you. I know I drive all day.
Like how they just accept that. It's like I just can't. I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, and then like, okay, I got my GPS. Like, why do you put everything in the GPS? And then I could go somewhere and go back the exact same way we came. I didn't see that. Where this was, like.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Like they got signs.
Like when we
signs.
driving, what are you looking at? Like where's your mind?
All these signs.
Like you be looking forward and that's it, or you like what be going on? But I guess that's just how I was raised though. Because my dad always said, if you're in a car, always look for landmarks.
Yeah, exactly. Landmark signs.
And I know a lot of women. You put them in the car and you take them one spot.
They not looking at nothing.
They don't know how to get back.
I don't even think they know how the road look.
Exactly. And that's why I be like, bro, like what are you looking at?
That's a fact.
I'm gonna say that. I mean, she gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. So, Alicia, we get in the car. She just starts driving, right? She was like, "Hold up, where we going?" I said, "Huh? Where you expect to go?" She was
I ain't
like,
laughing at that.
like she just started like driving, like literally, she's really driving. Like, where we going? I was like, "Huh?"
I ain't laughing.
Alicia really be having me joke out.
I was like, "Are we going by my mom's house?" Oh, yeah, okay, and then just kept driving. Like, why are we moving this car if you don't know where we going?
With that though, I low key feel her because I've done it before. Like just like
Nah, for real.
But that's just a little ADHD in me too. Like I'm
feel that.
planning on going somewhere, but it's like I'm just autopilot at this point. I get in the car, just start driving, and I'm like, wait. First of all, I'm going the whole wrong direction. I don't even know where I think I'm going. Like,
but then like once I learned her and understood, like she be thinking about a million things at one time. So therefore, okay, let me fix my patience and just help you. I don't need to being the smarty. I don't need to be smart about it. I could be like, okay, well look, we just going by my mom's house. Turn left here and keep going straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy you said that because Tim would be doing the same thing.
I really think it's a women thing.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know. I don't know if their mind just go in circles or it's just certain things I feel like they think about when they want to think about it.
Yeah.
It's certain things that catch their attention. And driving is not one of them.
Right.
Like,
that's thinking a story.
What you mean?
Let's have our story.
What you mean by thinking a story?
We're detailed.
they live in a dream.
Yeah.
Really?
We always in a
Grab the mic.
Just unplug.
I mean, describe me a story.
Yeah. I mean, you talking, they got to hear you. What you was saying? You got to explain it.
Wait, don't talk yet.
Oh, don't worry about it. Grab that mic.
women are thinkers.
Right.
Give me a story.
We think in a story. It has to make sense for us. It's details. We are detailed beings.
Right.
Y'all are quick fixers. Think quick, get to the point, move.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I won't. Not me.
Most men are quick thinkers. Just get to the point.
Yeah.
We don't need all of that.
Yeah.
That's why I can't go to.
But some of the details aggravate
I think
men.
it's a point of being the quick thinker is that you have the attention, you have the detail, boom, boom, boom,
And
like
keep
when
it
you sit
moving.
there, when Darren sent home, Alicia walk in and she has a situation and she spent 15 minutes explaining the whole thing. Darren heard 6 words.
That's it.
Right.
Situation and was like, okay, do this.
And that's it.
But it's the main words, though.
But it's the
Right.
main words
main words.
that we want you to listen to.
Right.
Because if you miss it, we're gonna feel as though you didn't hear us.
Yeah. But that was one of the gifts that I had with listening. I'm gonna listen to the main thing. I don't hit nothing else.
But it matters to us.
Yeah.
That you get it fully.
Right.
I understand.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can't argue with that.
Now, Dad used to say, "Don't go too deep. Can you just stay right here and tell me exactly what you want from me?" I just sat there because I couldn't think like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it
But
then
it shows though. In certain things y'all do, like it shows.
yeah, there
could
could
be
be
a-
moments where they do.
It could be like the grocery store. It could be a clothing store. Like I know what I'm about to go get. I'm not about to walk around this store and figure out what I'm about to do.
I'll see what else
If
I
I'm
can
going
get.
to the store, I know 10 minutes tops, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And it's not about to be 45 minutes.
Right.
But if we're here, we need to get all we need.
But if we say that's what we're gonna get, is what we're gonna get.
But
I know where I'm getting in my car and going. I know where I'm about to go at.
But that's like a hobby activity thing for them. So you just gotta give them a pass on it.
Yeah, let them do their thing. I give them their time.
I get it. Like I remember like this vividly being in the store with my mom, like, and we used to go to the store and she used to do certain things, and this me just analyzing women. And I'm like, why you have to go to all these stores,
bro?
What's the reason?
My worst store I had to go to was Burlington. Why we in here for an hour and a half?
I ain't gonna lie,
to get a jacket.
The next time you have to do it, I just want you to flip your lens when you in there and just watch her. Just enjoy watching her. Just enjoy it. As long as you go in there and you don't, if you don't like say smart shit back or make a face as you trying to, just be like, yeah, just play into it and watch how much better the day go. Watch how much better they go. And that too is going to go faster.
But that just goes back to what I was saying earlier, compromising.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got to just find, when you like, it's real simple. My favorite thing to say.
This is simple.
When two people like each other, it's real easy for you to be like, okay, this is your thing. It might not really be my thing, but I like to see you enjoy doing that thing. So we gonna make sure you can do that thing. And you know what? I like doing this thing. You don't really enjoy doing that thing too much, but I'm happy when I do it. So you gonna make sure I do it.
And I like seeing you.
And I like seeing you happy.
When you happy, you in a good mood. When you in a good mood, I'm in a good mood.
Everybody happy. Come on, man.
Nah, it's true. I can
feel that for sure.
I can agree with that. and that's one thing I did learn too, just learning how to compromise and knowing that if this is what makes you happy, because I know what I'm gonna do that makes me happy. So if you want to compromise and do what I like to do, even though if you don't want to do it, your patience might be real thin and don't want to do it. Yeah. You're still gonna deal with it. But that just comes with relationship. That comes with relationship. Yeah, that comes with relationship.
If you got the patience to deal with me, I can do the same thing.
Nah, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. It all comes with certain things.
What?
And you have to appreciate those moments so you can build patience. If you want patience,
because you have to.
Things have to happen for you to
the uncomfortable thing.
There you go.
Right.
But I think most men don't understand what you're saying. What you said just now, right? And it's like whatever, Yeah, that's how most men really be feeling. Like I'm not about to do all that. Like I'm not doing that.
That's why I said earlier about the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like we gotta let some of that down. That ego and that pride, like we gotta let some of that down.
Yeah.
And really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Like if they could do it, we could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right.
See?
You're right. And the crazy thing
Bryce ready. He's ready.
It took me a while to figure it out, but I figured it out years ago. It's just that I ain't gonna lie, I still tap into.
Still come up short every now and then.
Yeah, I still.
And that's human.
Mm-hmm.
That's human. You're supposed to.
You're
never going to be perfect.
So and I really think my job really messed with my patience a lot too. My job.
Yes.
So you think
that.
It's good then you bring it home?
I try not to.
You try. It's. Mm-hmm. I deal with that too. When you don't like what you do on an everyday basis, it's kind of it's hard to sometimes separate. But you have to get good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to balance.
I want people. As soon as I take the uniform off, don't talk to me nothing about it.
About work,
Don't care. I tell them at work all day. I don't give two flying about this place at all. As soon as I walk out the door, I don't care what my performance is like. Nothing. As soon as I walk out the door, I don't even work here. Don't matter.
Nah, but I think a lot of people bring I feel like some certain people have short fuses from their jobs and bring it home to their relationships, and that caused a whole cluster of.
I even had to learn the reverse too, of like not bringing my personal feelings into work. Like if I'm aggravated about something at home and I go to work and I'm working with an attitude, and then I run into somebody who having a way worse day than I am, and then I didn't try to go toe to toe with them, and then put me in my damn place. Like
my pops taught me that from young, even when I was going to school, like regular high school. You don't never bring your personal issues to everywhere you handle the business at. Never do it. Don't do it, because it's always gonna mess with you mentally.
Yeah.
Now, if you have that emphasis on bringing it to work, you need to really have emphasis on bringing it to your house.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because that's more important than
the hell with people outside.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Pissing off your wife because at work was too late at lunch.
And that's one thing a lot of people need to get to. Like, you gotta take care of home first. Got to.
Mm-hmm. True. But it's different. I got a question. This might be off the radar.
What?
But you know how a man can come home after work, don't talk about nothing. And on the opposite side, women come home after work, they talk about everything that happened.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you are considered their safe space.
True, I get that. But I know that I'm just saying for the difference of, you know how a man could just don't talk about it, period.
That's because I think it's because of how we raised.
It just it means your woman like you. Because if she didn't, she'd just call her friend.
Right.
Instead, she wants to tell you first.
Yeah, I got you.
And then another thing is, we ain't brought up on complaining.
True.
Women are brought up to complain. They are the ones that bring problems to people.
Yeah.
We not.
Let me tell you what happened.
We are the problem solvers.
Yeah, that's true.
So we ain't gonna come and tell people,
what's going
on.
Yeah.
This, we ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah.
Because when we complain, people look at us, oh, you soft. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why you acting like a woman?
That's true. That is true. That is true.
For real.
That is true though.
Yeah. We can't complain.
Most men do think like that.
Yeah, man, we can't complain, bro.
And we act like nothing ain't wrong. Nothing.
Yeah, because we're gonna figure it out.
But you feel like that's cool. That subject could thin your patience out. Just not saying this stuff. Not saying nothing.
Probably because that's another things being added to your mental for you to be quick to ready to go off.
Right.
And don't want to hear nothing.
Right.
But that's why, like we said earlier, like as men, we more so let things go easier because we have a lot more to take in than women do.
Yeah, it is true.
I feel like women don't have really. That's why they store a lot because they just complain, let it out. Like, yeah, they let it out and still somewhat hold on to it, but we hold all that in and don't say nothing.
Man, men hold a lot of shit in, bro. And like, but it just take one time when you really filled up and you just snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's gotta do. I'm saying that because that's, of course, it's with patience. And it's like you just ran out of patience. Like, certain situations that bring you to that.
Yeah, for sure. That's why we got, hey man, work on y'all patience, bro. Gotta be more patient.
And I know that you is, just with patience, you feel like you could just, you're not always on edge. You just, everything just flow.
Yeah.
Everything is just good. This how it's supposed to happen. This is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, peace. Patience is peace.
You ain't trying to do nothing out the ordinary because, you don't want to snap. So, yeah, I get it.
Right.
But you feel like most people that have thin patience, that draws them to do other things?
Other than in terms of what?
I'm just saying drugs.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You think when people patience are short, that turns them into drugs and alcohol more? That's a question. That's a good question for Brian. He just sitting there smiling. Like if these people can see his look right now.
I'm so glad I don't have a camera on me.
But yeah, you think it's just because that's the problem that you're dealing with, probably.
How often do you get off work and be like, I need a fucking drink?
Right.
That's your answer.
Yeah.
But I think some people do it because of their
patience short.
Their patience is short.
Yeah.
That's why they do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's the first thing you say.
Yeah.
You just need something to go run to, something to take the edge off.
Yeah.
Because your patience is short.
Do you actually feel better when you do that?
Not really.
In the moment, yeah. 45 minutes after, probably not, but I'm self-aware. So.
But that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. Because my daddy patience short. First thing you say, I'm going to give me a drink.
Yeah.
When my patience short, first thing I say, I need a drink.
Yeah.
My mama don't drink. Her patience is
through
great.
the roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you say? It makes a lot of sense.
About X that.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people run to different things to try to temporarily fix that.
Yeah.
And temporarily fix it, but it don't actually fix the problem.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to sit in it, to see the root of where it's coming from.
And that's what you gotta be.
That's what I tell
with.
people
And
not
that's what you
to.
have to. Exactly.
You got to pay
because
attention.
it's inward.
You got to pay attention. You have to.
You really do.
You have to step outside yourself and look what is causing this for you to react like this.
Right.
Something is doing it. Something you around. Something is bothering you.
Yeah.
But certain people just be so in first person. They don't really step outside and actually look at what they got going on.
Exactly.
They just in it.
Right.
But they don't know why they in it like that. They just know they just in it.
And that's when you become ungrateful about what you in.
Right.
And a lot of times your patients do be sure with that too.
That is true. Patience got a lot to do with life. I can definitely say that.
Cause sitting there talking about it had me really think about a lot just now.
Yeah. Patience got a lot to do with a lot, bro, with life, because it can make you or break you.
For real. You can snap, pop off at any moment, really be
any moment.
chilled.
And when we start placing conditions on people for them to think it the way we think it, feel it the way we feel it, do it the way we do it. On our time. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, who are we? We just like the next person.
Just like the next
Come on now. Say it
I'm
again.
not better than you, and you're not better than me.
We're just what?
Look at him.
Bryce better than most.
We just human.
I won't even say most, but some.
Nah,
For sure, some of them.
I get it for sure.
Man, it's another episode. Man, open eyes vulnerable, and tune in next week.
Yeah.
And this is the WeakLEE Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.